Fans, this is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News Round 2. And as I promised, I'll give you guys an update on uh, the fifth day of this COVID experience that I'm going through. Um, Today, uh, it wasn't as bad as yesterday. Um, Today is still Sunday for me here. Um, but Saturday was not as bad as the day before. Uh, Sunday was a pretty good day. I think it was. I felt myself getting some of my strength back, not all of it. I think that uh, I felt good. I was hungry, which is good. I've been munching on that pizza I showed you guys yesterday. I got like 3 slices left, and I'm gonna take that to the face when I maybe tomorrow, hell, maybe tonight. I don't know, but just been trying to do a little work, and and it's I was actually in a better spirit. I could focus a little more today, so mentally I was better. And I think that I felt like I had some more strength. I felt better because of that. And because I felt better mentally, than any other time. I think that shout out to the one person on with the one like. Thank you very much. But um, I was feeling all right. I messed around and split my toe today, of all things, and it was like the corner of the going into the from the bedroom to the bathroom. It's kind of like when you stub your toe on something, but normally it's that little pinky toe. But this was my big toe. But then it didn't stub it; it like slit it, so it was like a slice of skin that sliced off and started to bleed bad. So I was like, shit. And I had some alcohol on me because I want to stay kind of, self sufficient. You know what I'm saying? But I ran out, or the shit leaked out of my bag or whatever. So I was like, well, damn it. I had to go to Walmart and get some waterproof band aids. And I did that. And I ordered some curbside Waffle House. Now, if anybody knows anything about Waffle House is a kind of like quick grab, quick diner. It's normally open 24 hours, since COVID. It's like some of them are like 7 to 2. You know what I mean? Nikki Blue Eyes, what's up, baby? Good morning, Kurt. Lovely to see you. Please get well soon. Lovely to hear from you also. Thank you, Nikki. Uh, so if you guys in the UK, if you guys are up, Waffle House, I don't know if they have Waffle House over there. I don't think. I don't know. But it's like a diner. It's like IHOP. It's just kind of a, smaller scale, but equally known. And I wanted a cheesesteak and bacon melt, and I got that with some hash browns, and the food was good. It was just kind of like similar to yesterday when I got some food from Wendy's, and I was eating the fries, and the fries taste like this nasty salty taste. And mind you, I get my fries with no salt. So it wasn't the salt that I was tasting, it was the fact that this shit has your taste buds all screwed up. It's like the equivalent of having like you ever had something nasty so you held your nose. So I think with the smell and taste and smell, I think that goes hand in hand. Martha Stubbs, what's up? Counterpunch to you. Uh, and I was tasting that. I got some damn ham and some onions in it, and then I didn't taste the onions nor the ham. I just taste this fucking salt. So that's another thing I noticed. I'm like, okay, that's definitely a thing. Now the sandwich was good. I didn't see anything wrong with the sandwich. I could taste damn near everything in that sandwich. Okay, yes, we have waffle shops here, but it's called Caspas and Creams. Oh, okay, got you. Okay, so got my stuff, got out of Walmart. Um, I had my hand sanitizer. I tried to, because I didn't want to go into any stores, so I got all this stuff. But I came back here and I talked to my uncle, and he was telling me about the vaccine and stuff, and I chatted for him a while, and they got a little park and there was nobody there, so I kind of walked around, and I noticed I wasn't sweating, today like I was the day before, the day before that, the day before that, the day before that. I noticed that the sweating ain't as bad now. I started kind of jogging a little bit. I don't know. I just kind of felt it because my energy was a little up. um, so I started the jogging thing a little bit, just a little bit. I didn't force it or whatnot, and uh, I came back in and I took a nap. I think I took a nap. Uh, Caught up on with some old friends. I'm not doing anything, sitting around here, and yeah, I got some Lysol. Now, if you guys know anything about me, Kurt, had you had both vaccines? No, I haven't. I haven't, not yet. A friend told me about the visor. I hear that's a good one. They say stay away from the Johnson & Johnson one. Um, then I've heard about a booster shot. My uncle was telling me about. So I don't know what's what. Um, the research that I had on the visor was, I think, 30,000 people here tried it, and then 40,000 tried the other one. You know, you need them now. Well, Jim, I think you have to wait 3 months before taking any of them if you just had the vaccine. I mean, that's what I read. Is this your second channel, not boxing related? I mean, it kind of is, Martha. I mean, I have some boxing stuff on here. I got a crazy uncle that comes on here every so often. So he wanted to use it. So I'm like, why not? So he talks whatever he wants to about boxing and stuff. He's a lot older than me. Uh, so he's been using it for a while. I like to use it mostly from MMA clips and stuff like that, but also with other things. So it's more of a broader channel. We could talk about different stuff here if you want. You know what I mean? I know we're boxing fans. You know what I mean? This is Counterpunch boxing news still. It's just round two. Yeah, the Pfizer have had. Okay. So I mean, my both of my friends that I'm really close to had the Pfizer. So if I was going to go with any of them, I would go with that one. You get your second jab next week. Okay, that's good. Uh, I just it hasn't hit me. I mean, because I mean, I'm not looking like, oh, it's over. The experience thus far hasn't been bad. Again, it doesn't hold a candle to bronchitis because I had chronic bronchitis, and I've had bronchitis 3 times in my life. Once in 2008, and I was got really sick. Uh, the second time was in 2010. No, actually four. The third time was in 2018, and it lasted me from like December of 18 when Fury fought Wilder the first time, and then it started then from uh, November or December, and it didn't end until probably about uh, the middle or the beginning of February. So I had bronchitis from shit 2.5 2 months and some change and some days. And the bronchitis that I received then, it was weird because the story about that was the channel was really growing, and the heavyweight division was getting seeming like, okay, we're going to have an undisputed fight, and Wilder and then Fury, then Joshua, and all that stuff was brewing up then. And then Fury just tied or drawed with Wilder right now. I had booked this role on a BET show. There's a guy named Wally. All right, it's called American Soul, and I drove the very next day to Atlanta, and I'm still posting videos. I mean, I'm doing them on my cell phone, and a lot of times I didn't even have a laptop then. So that tells you like I would just mainly do them from my phone. And um I didn't have high speed internet in my at my house because I didn't purchase my house yet. So I was staying in the rural areas, which we don't have that. So I had to go into town to either wait till my internet was higher or better. If see the better the reception, the better the speeds, right? So it was either going there or going to the gym. So if I wasn't near the gym, I was in my car. So it was December, so it was winter time, and I'm sitting in my car with load and load and load and like for hours. So because most loads take about 30 minutes, right? So I mess around, and that's where I caught bronchitis. Sitting in my car, dozing off, waiting for the uploads. And the crazy thing was, I I went to Brazil thinking that everything would be, like I kind of told you guys, but I'm getting ahead of myself because when I got to Atlanta after 10 hours, and I've done about 4 or 5 videos. And, that's recap, right? Because that was the day after the fight. And we heard, all types of stuff. And, and I was on fire. So, I mean, my mind was boxing, boxing, boxing. And then, oh shit, got these lines for this character. So it's either lines for the character, the road, and boxing, right? And, and what ended up happening, I got to Atlanta. I stopped halfway, right? I stopped halfway I think it was like Meridian. Meridian is halfway between Shreveport and Atlanta. So that's like 4.5 hours. So it's like 9 hours. Uh, and I remember getting a what the hell was it? I got some mask I had on. It's funny because those are the same mask we wear now. And I remember getting them because I was crashing at a friend's house. That's who I was staying with, a stunt brother of mine. You know what I mean? GQ, shout out to you. And, he partakes in the hemp, so his house is smoky, and I stayed in his den. And his den, it was big, so had no problem staying there. So I'm like, cool. But then I don't think I had a blanket, but I don't think I brought it out of the car. So he had like a lighter blanket, and he had one of those little setup heaters. Well, that's the only thing that I had. And so it was like the heater was like over there by the door, which was about shit 6 feet from me or whatever, And then I'm sitting on the couch, I'm sleeping on the couch. Well, tell me why I passed out because I was just exhausted from driving 10 hours or whatever, and I woke up in the middle of the night. I went to the bathroom, and then like my chest, it felt like tight right here. So I hawked up, and it was like I hawked up like a golf ball of shit. It was like brown, greenish, ectoplasmic looking, right? And I was like, oh fuck. And then I felt miserable. So luckily the next day I got the set, and it was I mean it was like 28 degrees, right? And so I'm shivering and coughing and stuff like that. And it got to the point where I'm in the chair, and they had to put this prosthetic fro on me, right? And like I couldn't go 10 seconds, right, without coughing. Like if I tried to literally count, and what'll happen after 7, 8, 9, my eyes would tear up, and I would start like I would like literally start crying, and then I would have to cough because my bronchial tubes were that compromised with that bacteria that I couldn't fucking breathe without coughing. I would have to cough to breathe. So it was bad. It was terrible. So I got because I was going to go back to my boy's house, but then he was, I was like, dude, I can't stay there because that smoke was going to kill me. Because see, that smoke that I was sleeping in messed everything up. Okay, and then I got back, and they got me a Z pack, and then I started feeling better. And then when Devin Haney came to Shreveport, I covered that fight. Now, mind you, I wasn't drinking, I wasn't smoking or anything like that. And I thought for that, no, I was like, okay, I'm good. Because I start feeling better. Well, I had a flight to Brazil. I was going back to Brazil. And of course, in Brazil, it's January. So it's hot. It's shit. It's hot. It's like the beginning of the summer. And I'm thinking, okay, with the humidity, it's going to happen. And then, no, it did the reversal. It had me looking, feeling like shit. I had to get rushed to the emergency room. I was totally dehydrated. My feet were fucking blue. So, yeah, I was sick. And a lot of times people didn't know that. And, because I still done videos. Then actually was the month that Pacquiao fought Broner. Because I remember it well. It was crazy. And I remember how pissed I was because I ordered that fight from Showtime and you don't have Showtime in Brazil. So if you're living somewhere else besides the USA and you want to look at a USA shit, the unfortunate thing is, as much as I'm against like streaming and piracy, that's the only way you're gonna watch it, unless you have a sports stream that picks it up. If you can find out what that is, yeah, that would be great. And I would love to pay because that's better quality. You don't want like I don't like streaming and piracy anyway because the shit for one, you don't get the quality. You get some distorted piece of shit version of what you should be watching. All right. And I paid 74.95 for this shit. And then it was like you couldn't get when you clicked on it, it was like, right? So that this doesn't have anything on that. However, this has its own kind of unique feel to it. Dry cough versus like it was a wet cough then. Martha as okay, let's see. Jim Brown, you don't look too messed up. No, I mean, no, I don't. Jim, I don't feel messed up. Now I hope this is like the better end. Like me, feeling better. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I feel better. My voice is back. It's not all, you know what I mean? Like gone or whatever. I still feel a scratchiness in my throat. My eyes, and when I cough, my eyes look glossed over. Dari, Kurt, Jonathan Rice versus Gerald Washington. Who wins? That's a good fight. I think it's up in the air. I would go with Gerald Washington. I mean, Jonathan Rice is a guy that upsets you, but don't mean he's the guy that you should depend on. I would go with Gerald Washington. How long have you been in self isolation now? I've got here 2 days ago, and I'm gonna be here the next 6 days. I tested positive Thursday, and it was a cluster. If you guys don't know about that, it was very bad. It was like I basically tested positive at the airport. Yeah, don't do a Fury. I'm not doing a Fury because I ain't quitting. That's why I'm here. I'm still posting videos. I'm still doing what I normally do. Not as much probably, but I'm doing. Uh, but anyway, my story was Tuesday. I started feeling real bad, and I think I caught it here in Texas because I wasn't feeling all that great Saturday, right? Which was now a little bit over a week ago, and it was like kind of like I wasn't feeling that hot. And then Sunday I flew out. Now I flew out, got to Santo Domingo, chilled out, drank some beers like I always do. Got some rum, some leyenda, which is very smooth, but it will put you on your ass, people. Right? Did some vids, chilled out, worked. Monday I felt okay, repeated the process, did the same shit. By Tuesday, I was feeling bad, like something ain't right. Okay. And then that's when the fatigue hit me and I didn't know what was wrong. Like, yo, what's going on? And I had the headache from here and here. So I knew like, yo, something's wrong because I don't get headaches like that. I'll get headaches probably like on one side of my head or the other, not fucking both. It was almost like someone went, you know how like Manny Pacquiao, you know, it's like that, you know, and it was weird. It was a different headache, right? And my stomach was upset. So I was like, well, maybe that was the rum I was drinking, that legenda. uh, but then I took some Alka-Seltzer, right? And I took some Alka-Seltzer, and it kind of did a pretty good job. But then like I was riding somewhere, and then like the roads are fucked up in places over there, right? So it was all bumpy, and then I like woke up like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, this shit gotta stop, right? I'm gonna puke all over the place. So, you know, and I was like, I'm really not feeling hot. I was gonna go to another town, which was like 3.5 hours away, and I was like, look, I cannot go. So I had to go back to the apartment. Went back to the apartment. Laid down, went to sleep for about 3, 4 hours. Got up, did some work. You know what I mean? Took another Alka-Seltzer. Didn't drink any alcohol. Okay, this is Tuesday, and drank water. Right, bottoms up. And I didn't feel too bad. And actually, Alka-Seltzer made me feel good, and I start feeling this pain in my side. I was like, oh fuck. But understand, Alka-Seltzer has acetaminophen or whatever. I probably butchered it, but um, and it does a number on your kidneys if you use it too much. And I had some earlier that day, right, that morning. Um, that was that day. I guess I felt better, and then I was like, well, let me try to drink some beer. So I drank some about 3 or 4 beers, maybe 4 or 5. And I was feeling pretty good, and I went to sleep. I woke up still shitty, and I'm like, okay, what the hell? Because it wasn't that bad that night until I woke up again. So I'm like, okay, yeah, now I'm really feeling shitty. You know what I mean? Like that morning, I believe I ate somewhere at a restaurant, and it was fucking hella cold, and I was sweating my balls off. Like, what's going on? You know, and then it was just cold coming at me, and I'm to the point where I was, the vent was right there. So I asked the dude, like, you know, mover otro mesa or whatever. You know what I mean? It's a Spanish place, so you have to, you know. So anyway, he was like, yeah, yeah, claro. So I moved, you know what I mean, by the window, and then that's where I ate, and I was like, okay, I was hungry, but because I knew I needed to eat. But then I was like, okay, I still don't feel that hot. So I went to the grocery store. I picked up some water. I picked up some napkins. I picked up some stuff for like a flu, like, you know, gripe, which is a cold in Spanish. And and I got some of that stuff from the pharmacy area in the front of the grocery store, you know. And I went back, and I was like, well, cool. I'm gonna drink this, take this. I had me a chicken, got me a half a chicken or whatever, and I was like, I'm gonna eat this for later. So I took that, boom, laid down. I was fucking tired again. So I was like, okay. I woke up again, and this is Wednesday, right? So this was um like the day of the Michael Hunter interview. And I was okay, but then like I'm sweating, and then the internet was fucking up. I was feeling shitty, and then you couldn't really hear him. You guys know if you guys were there, like it was getting good, then it was like, and then start spinning, like what the fuck, you know what I mean? And then I was into the interview because like we were talking on some juicy topics, right? Then that stopped, and then I talked for a little bit, we chopped it up, and then I left, and then like I took a shower, and I started feeling bad. Like then that's when the aches started. So I was like, damn, I'm really feeling shitty. So I sat back, and I drank water. I got some tea made, and the tea had honey and lime and stuff, and I started drinking that, and that honey and lime actually had me sweating more because it was hot. Okay, mind you, we're in the Caribbean. It's hot. I hate fans. Okay, I hate abanicos. I hate them because I can't sleep under them. I wake up cloggy and shit, and then there was a fan in there, and the AC was fucking garbage in the living room. Now get this. The bedroom was cold. So I think, well, okay, well, maybe that's it. The fucked up fan versus, the air AC, and then the AC different temperature than the fan outside. You half sweat, and you go in there, you've been sweating, and you're in cold, and you sleep. Then you got to wake up, it's too cold. You got to turn the shit off, right? So I thought, okay, that's probably what it was. Next day, Thursday, I got up, ate something, you know, hold on a second. Uh, Kurt Stephen Shaw versus Jerome Washington makes sense next. Um, yeah, you know, I would like to see, depending on who wins out of the rematch of Adam Kalnaki and Hellenius, I would like to see if Hellenius beats Kalnaki again, right? I think he should fight Jarrell Washington. Because if Jarrell Washington, if he can't beat Jarrell Washington, that turns Jarrell Washington into a foil. All right, he becomes a foil. He's a guy that he just can't beat. He's that answer to Hellenius, right? But he took out Kalnaki, caught his ass coming in. That motherfucker was, So I think that would be a good fight, though. Um, Nikki, Kurt, I rate you so much. Kurt, you're a good man. You're truly blessed from the best. Thank you very much. Very much. Yes, I see your interview with Michael Hunter, and I thought you looked a little under the weather. Yeah, I was. I definitely was. I was probably better at hiding it because it wasn't about me. It was about the interview. It's about getting the facts straight, getting his side of the story, and all that jazz. Which I think I kind of half-assed done because of the internet and in that area. So I mean, I've had some fucked up fortune over interviews lately. I just need to go home. You know what I mean? But I can't go home because I mean, there's other people there. You know what I mean? And my condo, and I'm renting it out. So I'm not going anywhere near my parent, my father. Because my daughter's there, so I'm not going anywhere near anybody. So I'm just here. So that's why I got the space right here in Texas, in Dallas, actually. Um, but anyway, back to the story that Thursday morning, I ate, drunk another thing of that cup of that tea, right, which was made for me, and it was very, very good, very good. Um, and of course, I was sweating. I'm like, dude, what the hell? You know what I mean? It was almost like aggravating. Like, why the hell am I sweating like this? And unless the air had to be on full blast for me not to sweat. So when I got to the airport, okay, you have to take a COVID test before leaving. That's why I got there early, right? So that takes about an hour. So so you want to get there about 3 hours early. And I took the test. I remember this guy there because we're flying back into Miami. Well, that was the plan anyway. And he didn't understand like Spanish that well, but so like the guy was asking him like, how are you going to pay and stuff like that. Anyway, long story short, he took the test right before I did, and we had some words. We talked and stuff, and then like I met him downstairs because you have to go downstairs to the little pharmacy to get the results. So the lab's upstairs, and the result area is downstairs. So you have to wait an hour, of course. So when I got there, they were like, okay, come in. He was in front of me. And really, I got there before he did. Well, his was ready. Boom. There you go. Thank you. You've tested negative. Enjoy your flight. Yen vahe. Right. Cool. So then I'm like, okay, I'm right after him. And then like 5 minutes go by. And I'm like, shit, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, and then the lady keeps going back and forth, and another guy comes in, then he gets his, and I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, what am I, chopped liver? And then I started getting worried, and I'm like, what's going on? Then a security dude comes in, and then they kind of go to the back, and then they come back, and then the girl comes back. Skrilla 50, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. I'm just breaking down what happened, with the COVID test and stuff like that. So, about 5 minutes after that, so I've been in there about 15 fucking minutes. So I'm sitting there like, okay, what is going on? Then she comes out. I'm sorry, Mr. David. Sorry, Mr. David. Your corona test come back positive for the COVID virus. I'm like, what? And I'm like, then I'm like, oh, well, I feel fine, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, I don't want to fucking miss my flight. But you cannot fly. You have to quarantine 10 days. I'm like, dude, I can't fucking quarantine here. Paranoia sets in. That's exactly what happened because the security dude, I think I explained a little bit of this yesterday. She was like, follow him. So I walk out with this motherfucker and he's like, okay, you know, he just does that. Like he walks me to the front and does that to the door. I walk out and that's it. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And my phone, I have a travel deal, like a $10 day. And for whatever reason, I did an update on my phone and my phone wasn't working. So I'm like, I don't even have any fucking service. So I'm like, what the fuck, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that. And then, so, you have a lot of taxis outside. So, they're like, taxi, 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 taxi. And I'm thinking, like, this fucking security guard walked me out, didn't tell anybody, yo, we got corona, be careful, make your distance, shit like that. It's like people walking all, I'm like, dude, like, yo, I'm not even trying to be near you motherfuckers, but you guys are like, and then it just hit me again how people catch this shit so easily, because so many people are in close proximity, and then at the airport they don't care because they're worried now more about selling tickets. Just don't get tested positive for the coronavirus, especially when you're leaving out of the country. No, I haven't as of yet. Skrilla 50, I haven't been vaccinated as of yet, if that's what you want to call it. I think it should help COVID. I don't think you should actually call it a vaccine until it gets approved by the FDA. Because I've had vaccines when I was a kid. When you were born, you get vaccines. Those are vaccines, not things that were rushed on emergency use. But, if it helps, fuck it, let's do it. Because, for one, I have to take it to travel because I travel a lot. For two, I have to travel for work. For three, I have to travel for work. You know what I mean? Because, like for example, Dwayne Johnson will not work with anybody that's not fully vaccinated, and then you have to have proof that you've been fully vaccinated. But then here's the thing: it doesn't matter though if you have or haven't. You're still gonna have to do the same shit. So you have to walk around with a mask all fucking day and all this, that, and the other. So it's like, you know. But uh, back to Thursday. Right after I found out I got COVID, I'm thinking to myself, like, what the fuck? I got COVID. That's weird. Am I dreaming? Because there's some shit you would dream. Like, I have fucked up dreams. So the dreams normally, it's like, something happens. Oh, you got tested positive coronavirus. You have 6 months to live. Oh, 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 oh. You know what I mean? That's very bad. Just you outside and that's it. Yeah, he just left me outside. Fuck it. Bye. Not good luck. Not farewell. Not be safe. Adios, motherfucker. Adios, mama huevo. And I was like, dude, that's so cold. It seems like some shit no, I don't think they would even do that in China. They probably shot you or something. Like, yeah, mom, how? Pow! Oh! No, no, no! Pow! You know? But, and I'm like, okay, I need internet. I need to call my boy Leon. I need to get back to that apartment that I was in if I could. Hopefully I can buy some days there. And, yeah, get out and don't look back. I know, right? So I'm sitting there like, okay. And then, everyone's taxi, taxi, taxi. And I'm like, yo, and I go to this guy. I'm like, yo, estoy enfermo, entonces, necesito espacio. I need space. Like, hey, and he's like, no, no, no worries, no worries. I'm like, do you have Wi-Fi? And he was like, see. I'm like, okay, motherfucker. So we get there, we're almost out of the airport, and he's like, "Well, I don't have it." And I'm like, "Dude, you told me you fucking have it. Now I walked in here, exposed myself in your fucking taxi, okay? I exposed myself in your taxi, and then you tell me you don't." But he actually did. He just didn't set it up. So we had to go there and set it up. So here I am with fucking shit on and had to wipe my hands, and I had to take his phone and do this, do that, and then I had to wipe the shit down again and give it back to him. He's kind of like, hey, I'm like, dude, I'm sick, right? So I had internet, and I called my boy, the dude that sets my travel for me, and he was like, I was like, yo, I got fucking COVID. He was like, get the fuck out of here, get the fuck out. You got fucking COVID, Kurt. That's fucked up. And I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, I got COVID. So, and it was like, he was like, okay, man, okay. I'll see what I can do, because like you don't want to be over there. You know what I'm saying? Going through quarantine. And I was like, no, I don't. So he was like, okay, well, let me make some few calls, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? So I ended up going back to that apartment, and he dropped me off at that apartment. I paid him, of course, and the my connect there, he couldn't show up because he was like 2 hours away. He called another guy that wanted to charge me $300 to go about 3 hours away, which was fuck that. That was bullshit. You could like that takes in an Uber, it takes about $100. You know what I'm saying? US. So this dude was trying to fucking railroad me, right? And I walked up the stairs because I couldn't get in the place. So whoever had the key, because you had to put the key in this little box, they had already took the key, so I couldn't get back into the apartment. But I was close enough that the Wi-Fi remembered my cell phone and it connect. So I was like, damn, all right. So I ended up calling, and I got an Uber to take me to another town 3 hours away, and the guy charged me 200 versus three. So I was like, okay. So it took $300 to go to another clinic, And at this particular clinic, though, they didn't give a shit. I know they didn't test like that. These motherfuckers gave me an envelope, and I got it, and it was negative. So I was like, fucking cool. Let me get a one way back home. Well, got a one way back home, and I wasn't feeling well. And I could have sworn it was for the 31st, which was July the 31st. No, it was for the 30th. This was the 29th, mind you. So I ended up fucking missing that flight. Missed that flight. And then and I woke up and I had to look at it. I'm like, fuck! It was like 5 in the morning. The flight was at 2:59 in the morning. So I missed that sucker. Right? I was in this town, of Santiago. So then I had to buy another flight, and that flight flew me into Newark. Now get this, that's 4 hours away. No big deal. But the shit was 12-hour layover. So I had to wait 12 hours. So I had to get a room at the Marriott. Now I ain't gonna lie, the Marriott was fucking nice. And the lady she seen me and she knew I looked sick as shit. I don't know if she thought COVID. Maybe she thought I was on drugs or something. Like, this motherfucker is, he's like rain, waterfall face, right? Fucking, you could tell the sweat patterns were across my chest like that. You know what I mean? It was bad. And so she was like, well, listen, I'm giving you the high thing of internet. I'm giving you the discount. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. She really, because I told her I'm a Hilton's Honors, well, Diamond member. So that plane went missing on Kurt. I know, right? And I sat there and I'm like, okay, it was good. I actually did sleep that night because in Santiago I didn't sleep. However, when I did go to the airport to try to get on a flight, I couldn't. So ended up going back, and they let me go back in the room. So that was cool. So I ended up sleeping like 2-3 hours. I did upload a couple videos though while I was there. Um, Internet sucked, kind of. You know, it was a small fucking little bed, but it was only $40 a night. So I wasn't tripping on that. You know, I left there about 1. The flight left at 4 to Newark. We got to Newark around 8. Uh, Went through customs and all that shit. And I'm in line sweating my balls off again. Got out in Newark. You see New York and all that shit. So walked to the Marriott. The lady hooked me up, went to the room. Now get this. I took the first bath in the U.S. and it was fucking marvelous. It was wonderful. I was like, oh, sweating and shit. But this was a different sweat. I think this was like that sweat that helped. You know what I mean? Because you're in the hot water and shit. And then I was like, I was fucking chilly, and I got in that hot water, and it was just so embracing, and it was so like, like my cousin says, it was in state of euphoria, yeah. And got out of that, laid down for a while. The Olympics were on, so I watched the Olympics. I love the Olympics. You know, I probably should cover the Olympics, counterpunch the Olympics. That's fucking badass. I think I will on this channel, honestly. Now to think of it, but went downstairs and got some wings, you know, and for some reason I was like, dude, because it had a nice bar down there, and I was like, dude, I want a beer, and I was like, really, dude, get the fuck upstairs. So I got me my food, went back upstairs, right, and ate the whole fucking thing with big like four big huge wings or six, I think there was six. I ate them all. I ate the carrots, ate the celery, ate the wings, so I was hungry. You know, now mind you, I ate some a four-piece fried chicken with fries before I left, so I was getting that energy. I had my appetite, so that was a good thing, and I could taste actually the chicken, but I couldn't really taste the carrots or the celery. Maybe because they didn't have taste on it or whatever, but um, the shit was good. I ate it all. You know, and then I laid down. Now get this. Now get this. Lay down, went to sleep. Dreamed some crazy shit. Like my dreams were fucking retarded, right? And man, was some fucking crazy shit. Like I had cousins and robberies and shit, and they all got busted all at the same time. And you know, it was weird. And I got up from that dream and went to the head, hit the head, and looked. It was like 4 o'clock or so, and I was like, okay, I got an hour. So I laid back down. Now, mind you, I thought now the corona makes your head. You're all disoriented, so a lot of shit you think you done, you didn't do. So I thought that I set my fucking alarm, but I didn't. So I got up again, like just randomly got up and used the head again because I had drank a lot of water. I was drinking a lot of water, and I asked the bartender for some lemons and a thing. So I put I love lemon water anyway, and I think that had me urinating more than usual or whatever. And I looked at the clock, and it was like 6:20. My flight fucking left at 8. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I had to fucking ramble and scramble, kind of half and urinated. So I'm trying to put shit together, putting things in my mind. I forgot my hat, the God Pivo hat. I forgot that shit. It's gone, done. But I mean, I sweated that motherfucker out. So it was time to retire it. I'll get me another one, you know. And so I got all my stuff together, everything except the Pivo hat. R.I.P. for Pivo, right? That's beer in Yugoslavian, by the way. And I got my dad a matching hat like that, so it kind of sucked. But anyway, whatever. And got down there. I got to the airport probably at about 6:40. Got to the airport 6:40. I thank God that I was able to check in on my phone, so I didn't have to go because I already checked my bag in the night before I got the room. And then I went up there and took the Sky Train over to the terminal that was on there. But then you had to go through the TSA security. Now get this shit. Got there, and then I was like, this shit was this thing. It's 7. It's prime time in the morning. It was fucking 1,000 people in line. I was like, oh fuck. Then I'm sweating my balls off again. You know, then I mean sweating. And I had this little Scully on, that little CSI Scully. That shit didn't. I was like, take this shit off. And it was weird. The lines were back here. So you did the shit and I got all the way to the front. Then the lines lead you backwards to another side. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know, everybody was like, what? You know, and it led you to another area and you had to take a whole nother little trail, through. And I'm like, dude, this is the stupidest shit I ever seen. Because it kind of, you got to the front, then it took you backwards. And I never seen any shit like that. And I'm like, dude, give me a fucking break. I'm going to miss another fucking flight. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. I'm sweating. So when I got to the lady, I'm like, you're sweating. And this beautiful girl, she turns around and was like, and she would be Dominican. So she was like, "Ay, tú solo mucho?" I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? It's not drugs, motherfucker. You know what I mean? So I go through TSA, got everything. Now get this. Every time I want to show you guys something, right? This never fails. This never fails. I want to share something with you guys. Uh, this is my microphone. I love this thing, right? This is my microphone, right? This is the one I mostly do my interviews with. You plug it up. It's very sleek. It's like some 1950 futuristic, R2D2 fucking shit, right? And I love this thing. But every fucking time I go to the airport, they think it's a bullet or a missile or a replica of a bullet, right? So they put my shit to the side. I'm like, fuck. And by that time, it was already 7:10, 7:12, or some shit like that. And I was like, fuck, almost like 7:20. Mind you, they started boarding. Yeah, thank you, Nikki. It's nice. I got it from Best Buy. It's the Samsung or whatever. That's what I use or whatever. I'm about to buy me another fucking um, laptop too. But anyway, yeah. And they always see the same fucking thing. They always see, and they always pull it out. Um, what else did they see? I had a little bottle of water in there, and like and they're such dicks at the fucking airport. Well, you can't have this. I'm like, dude, give it to me. I'll drink it now because I fucking need it because I probably sweated a gallon. And he was like, no, you got to go back behind the line if you want to drink this. I'm like, dude, give me a fucking break. I could buy one right down there because I'm already out of TSA. I'm like, why are you fucking dickheads? I was in love with a TSA girl. Fuck them. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I don't like them at all. But they're like they think they're gods of the fucking airport or whatever. But uh, anyway, long story short, had to run to the terminal. Got there in the nick of fucking time before they closed the door. Got in there. By that time, I was sweating like a mother sucker. I mean, I was sweating to the point like. Then I got on a cold fucking plane. The fucking mask and shit was all wet and with spots and shit on it. Right? God of War, that ain't no lie. Power corrupts even at the airport. Skrilla 50, this was an odd experience through a health ministry. Dude, it was the craziest fucking thing. Um, I'm glad you're getting better. I don't know all too well how dangerous COVID has. I lost my auntie last December. I lost my cousin, and this was last year when it finally happened. He was one of my close cousins, and he was 87, but still, he was fucking awesome. Kurt Joe Joyce versus Oscar Rivas. I don't know. I think Joe Joyce because Oscar Rivas is tough, but I think they would pull a Takam because Oscar Rivas don't know how to fucking he does it if he attacked like Mike Tyson, he could be very dangerous. But I don't see Oscar Rivas being that like he has problems with bigger guys. You've seen how Dillian White fight happened, how that went. Even though he was able to hurt him, he's durable, he's powerful. He just lacks that type of skill and I think that tenacity to actually get the job done. Yours was 86, my cousin was 87. No, ain't that something? Oh, weird times, weird world, I tell you. Kurt, just to change the subject, you'll be coming for the AJ and Usyk fight. I may. I may come. I'm considering coming. Mike Tyson should train Oscar Rivas. Man, if Mike could train Oscar and pour what he knows into Oscar, Oscar Rivas could be the next undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. I do think that. Why? Because he has the punching power. He's fucking he has the chin. He has the durability. He has the fucking stamina. He has it all except the technique, I think. And what he needs being that small, he needs to be able to get in front of the guy, get up under, work the body, go to the body, cut off the ring, dip, zip, bob, weave, peekaboo style. I think that would be perfect for him. I've been saying that for the last year and a half. Because Oscar Rivas, he could have took Dillian White out, and based on the shit from UCAD and the sample and this, that, and the other, that actually should have been a no contest. They should have gave him a loss for that. The type of shit that went down like that. I'm not talking about the WBC and Mauricio. I'm not talking about them. They had nothing to do with that. I'm talking about UCAD and the BBBFC and when the fight took down and the shit, the minute whatever they found or whatever, I don't even remember the details in that shit. But they didn't tell Oscar Rivas and they didn't tell Team Rivas, and because of that technicality, they should have withdrew that particular loss from Oscar Rivas. Okay, because he's a tough mother sucker and he didn't deserve that, and his team deserved to know what the fuck was going on. And I think that was just because of the position that White was in, being with Matchroom and stuff like that. Now, did he get everything he wanted? Did they shit over him? Yeah, they shitted over him. But then was Oscar Rivas really done fair? No. So I think that fight should have been recalled. But then he did get the only knockdown in that fight with an uppercut, people. Okay? So, yeah, Oscar Rivas could be really hell. Tyson Fury also ducked Rivas. Skrilla 50 is absolutely correct. December 28th, she passed. Damn, she almost made it to 21. Damn. I'm sorry, Nikki. That sucks. I'm definitely getting my tickets. Would love to meet you in person. Oh, I would too. You will, because I'm going to the UK. Hopefully next year when shit's better. Hopefully it's better next year. I'm going. I supposed to went last year, like in June of last year, but nobody could go anywhere and do anything. That was my plan. Go to June, bring a bunch of merch and shit like that. Meet a bunch of people, that I've met close on the channel. Go here, go to boxing gyms, go there. Like meet in lobbies of hotels in Sheffield and London and different parts of the UK. You know what I mean? And then I was gonna hang out with Wiley, but everybody know what the fuck happened to Wiley. I mean, he got in some fucking trouble. So it was like that was hard. I had some couple other people that I was gonna definitely see over there. You know, um, yeah, Nikki. But I may go to Usyk Joshua. I may go. But it's not set in stone yet, and it's based on work and what happens here. But because I might get a role or something, and we don't work on Saturdays anyway, right? But anyway, got on the plane. Plane's cold. I'm pissy hot, rain and sweat. So I then start getting the chills. So I'm like, lady, can I get a blanket? You know what I mean? And I'm beside this big fucking dude. So his shoulders like some like, you know. And then this little Asian dude right here, and I'm thinking like, why wouldn't this motherfucker where I was sitting in the middle and I could be on the side, right? And then my cough was worse then. So like every time I coughed, I was like, I had this. I went to the bathroom and I wrapped up this, like thick thing of tissue. And every time I coughed, I was like Doc Holliday. I'd be a huckleberry, and I'd cough. You know what I mean? And because then I was like, dude, I hate coughing around all these fucking people, and that sucked. That fucking sucked. But look, I had to get the fuck home. Um, so got into Dallas. Now get this shit. It ain't over, people. This shit's fucking wild. Got to Dallas. Waited about 30 minutes. The carriage still started going because I had to get my luggage. Got the luggage. Then I'm really thinking like, dude, where's my car? My ass was wasted when I got there. I don't remember where the fuck I parked. Now I flew in on United. Well, I flew out originally in American. That's like Terminal A. So I had to take a bus, right? And the train. Met another Dominican lady that helps infant, like helps kids reunite with the families across the border, which was, you know, it was a nice kind of talk. We talked and stuff because we shared that little train. So we went to another terminal. Got there, went from the bottom floor all the way to the top. Couldn't find my shit. So then I'm sweating like a crackhead again. So I'm like, oh fuck. So the police pull up, the airport police. He's like, sir, can I help you? I'm like, man, hey man, I can't find my car. So he's like, hey, well, he looked at the license plate, they couldn't find it. I'm like, oh fuck, somebody towed my car, you know. So he was like, man, we can't find it. I don't think it's here. Had you sure you didn't park on this outside? Like, I'm like, no, I didn't. So he was like, okay, well, hey, I'll get a courtesy van to pick you up. I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm in here with somebody else. So a courtesy van comes up. This little dude named Esai pulls up, a little African guy from Ghana. I jump in, put my clothes, my stuff in the back. I'm in the back seat, windows down. And we start driving around A. Couldn't find the motherfucker, right? So then he goes and says, okay, well, let's check to see where the flight went off at. So I was like, okay, cool. So we ended up going to into after an hour of driving around, an hour, we decided, okay, let's go. Maybe about 30 minutes at that point. At that point, let's go inside and see what terminal that your flight left. So that was Terminal C. So we left A, but when then we went from A to E, then we checked and then found out it was C, then we went to C. So we went to Terminal C, looked all, and Terminal C had three fucking parts. It took about 35 minutes to go from each fucking, from level one all the way to the top to each section, right? And I was like, damn, dude. And I was tripping. I was like, oh my God, I can't find my fucking car. I'm sick as shit. I don't know what to do. Right. So I'm like, dude, it gotta be an A. So I go back to A, and I damn near gave up. You know what I mean? Like, and then I just looked and like, there's my fucking car. Come to find out, they didn't register it. The bastards at the airport is because I backed in. Well, I have Louisiana plates, so I don't have Texas plates. Texas, you need one in the front, you need one in the back. And these lazy assholes, when you back in, they don't get out and check what your license plate is. That's why they didn't register it, because they didn't see what the license plate was, because they didn't get out the fucking car. They just drove around. Oh, well, he's from somewhere else. Uncle Dave Zilla, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Uh, and dude, I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth. Got in my car, got in my fucking car. I was like, thank you, Lord, thank you. Got an email. The original hotel that I had, now get this, they canceled my reservation. I'm like, what the fuck? Right? And the reason why is because I put the 30th instead of the 31st. Man, you made another hundo tonight. That's good. That's good, man. Congratulations. That's two honey buns, man. Two. Two. So, look, it was like uh, I had to get another reservation in another hotel, so that took some time until I found this one. This one was dope, and then here I was. That is the story of getting back to the fucking U.S. So today, though, was a better day to recap. Find some of my energy back. Ate shit. Some shit tasted like nasty ass salt. It's nasty ass taste too. I don't think I'll ever forget how it tastes. It tastes fucking nasty, right? However, I sprayed this shit Lysol, because that was what one of the things I was told to buy. Hey, buy Lysol and spray it around and shit and fumigate. I'm not a fumigate. I'm not like a aerosol guy. So I sprayed that shit around the door, you know, like on the corners of the door, you know, just in case somebody tried to come in and shit. So I sprayed around it, you know, and I got the do not disturb sign on the door so nobody won't. But then, you know, who knows, motherfuckers, you know, housekeeping, you know, like motherfucker, you don't care about the sign. So I sprayed it, and then like I guess I breathed some of that shit in, and I felt like fucking shit. I started feeling bad again, and I was like, ugh. And then I had this nauseous like feeling. So I went in and I went to sleep for about 3 hours after I did some work, and then I woke up, and then now I'm talking to you guys. So that was my day pretty much in a nutshell. That also explains how the shit went down, what happened at the airport. I am feeling better though. I'm better than I felt. Was it maybe last night? I'm not sure if I feel better now tonight than I did last night. Because I mean, it was kind of like I was watching some good movies, so I was in a pretty good mood. I got that pizza in me and shit. So, but now I'm cool. I ain't. I don't feel as worse, but I don't think I feel any better. I feel like some stinging, like right here, and I don't know what the fuck that meant. So, uh, that really concludes it, guys. Let me catch up on what you guys are talking about. Brother Kurt, counterpunch to you. Thank you, man. Thank you, Uncle Dave Zilla. Adari, Kurt, Francis Ngannou in boxing. What do you think? I think he can do well. He has the punching power. I mean, all you need is punching power for a heavyweight to in the right type of fights. You know what I'm saying? I think he can do well. Could he beat everybody? Probably not. But I mean, all it takes is one punch. So he always has a puncher's chance. Kurt, God bless you always, every day, and every time. Adari, thank you very much. So, and that's my hour of my update. I thank you guys for coming on. Hearing what I had to say. I will be coming back tomorrow and giving you guys an update on, I guess, Monday. And everybody, you guys stay safe. Get whatever you feel you need to help you through this crazy ass time. Um, I'm making a decision of getting something. I just want to know if that something don't hurt me instead of help me. So I'm still apprehensive based on how I'm handling this shit. But anyway, thank you guys for coming on. God bless you all. Be safe. And everybody has been counterpunched. Peace.